If it be so, our family is the very oldest in Europe. Now hearken to me, boy, or clown, or honest fool, or whatever thou art. Hearken to an old man's words, who has not many hours to live. There's nothing in this world unfair, nothing to reveal trust, nothing even to hope for. Least of all, is there aught to love. I hope your worship is not quite right, I answered, with great misgivings. Else it is a sad mistake for anybody to live, sir. Therefore, he continued, as if I had never spoken, though it may seem hard for a week or two, like the loss of any other toy, I deprive you of nothing, but add to your comfort, and, if there be such a thing, to your happiness, when I forbid you ever to see that foolish child again. All marriage is a wretched farce, even when a man and wife belong to the same rank of life, have temper well assorted, similar likes and dislikes, and about the same pendants of mind. But when they are not so matched, the farce will become a long, dull tragedy. If anything were worth lamenting, there I have reason enough for you. I am not in the habit of reasoning, though I have little confidence in man's honour. I have some reliance in woman's pride. You will pledge your word on Lorna's presence never to see or to seek her again, never even to think of her more. Now call for her, for I am weary. He kept his eye fixed upon me with their icy fire, as if he scorned both life and death, and on his haughty lips some slight amusement at my trouble. And then he raised one hand, as if I were a poor dumb creature, and pointed to the door. Although my heart rebelled and kindled at this proud disdain, I could not disobey him freely, but I made a low salute, and went straight away in search of Lorna. I found my love, or not my love, according as now she should behave, for I was very desperate, being put upon so sadly. Lorna Doone was crying softly at a little window, and listening to the river's grief. I laid my heavy arm around her, not with any air of claiming or of forcing her thoughts to me, but only just to comfort her and ask what she was thinking of. To my arm she made no answer, neither to seeking eyes but to my heart. Once for all, she spoke with her upon it. Not a word, no sound between us, not even a kiss was interchanged. But man or maiden, who has ever loved hath learned our understanding. Therefore it came to pass that we saw fit to enter Sir Ensor's room in the following manner. Lorna, with her right hand swallowed entirely by the palm of mine, and her waist retired from view by means of my left arm, all one side of her hair came down, in a way to be remembered, upon the left and fairest part of my favourite outer skin waistcoat, and her head as well would have lain there doubtless, but for the danger of walking so. I, for my part, was too far gone to lag behind in the matter, but carried my love bravely, fearing neither death nor hell, while she abode beside me. Old Sir Ensor looked much astonished. For 40 years he had been obeyed and feared by all around him, and he knew that I had feared him vastly, before I got hold of Lorna. And indeed I was still afraid of him, only for loving Lorna so, and having to protect her. Then I made him a bow, to the very best of all I had learned both at Tiverton and in London. After that I waited for him to begin, as became his age and rank. "Ye two fools," he said at last, with a depth of contempt which no words may express. "Ye two fools." "May I please your worship," I answered softly, "maybe we are not such fools as we look. But though we be, we are well content, so long as we be two fools together." "Why, John," said the old man, with a spark as of smiling in his eyes, "thou art not altogether the clumsiest yoke and the clod I took thee for." "Oh no, grandfather, oh dear grandfather," cried Lorna, with such zeal and flashing, that her hands went forward; "nobody knows what John Ridge is, because he is so modest. I mean nobody, except me, dear." And here she turned to me again, and rose upon tiptoe, and kissed me. "I have seen a little of the world," said the old man, while I was half ashamed, although so proud of Lorna; "but this is beyond all I have seen, and nearly all I have heard of. It is more fit for southern climates than for the fogs of Exmoor." "It is fit for all the world, your worship, with your honour's good leave and will," I answered humbly, being still ashamed of it. "When it happens so to people, there is nothing that can stop it, sir." Now Sir Ensor Doone was leaning back upon his brown chair rail, which was built like a triangle, as in old farmhouses, from one of which it had come, no doubt, free from expense of gratitude. And as I spoke he coughed a little, and he sighed a good deal more; and perhaps his dying heart desired to open time again, with such a lift of warmth and hope as he described in our eyes and arms. I could not understand him then, any more than a baby playing with his grandfather's spectacles. Nevertheless, I wondered whether, at his time of life, or rather on the brink of death, he was thinking of his youth and pride. "Fools you are, fools you are, be fools for ever," said Sir Ensor Doone at last, while we feared to break his thoughts, but let each other know our own, with little waves of pleasure. "It is the best thing I can wish you, boy and girl, be boy and girl, until you have grandchildren." Partly in bitterness he spoke, and partly in pure weariness; and then he turned so as not to see us, and his white hair fell, like a shroud, around him. End of Chapter 40. Recording by Daisy 55.